Hey Scruffy. So you hissed at me earlier today. I don't appreciate that. So I was debating if I should actually feed you tonight. I gave you extra food last night, and I kind of had a feeling that if I saw you today, you'd be nasty. Because every time I give you extra food, instead of being grateful, you become ingrateful. So tonight I got your standard meal, meaty pate. I think it's the super supper tonight with kibble. So you ready for dinner? So I'm not going to spend an hour with you tonight. So I'm going to try to feed you more quickly and get on with my night. Pouting? I know what you have to pout about. Don't like the rain? Okay, well, I don't know what your problem is, but I guess we'll get this show started here. So I prepared your food an hour ago. So it should be room temperature instead of cold. Got the water. Closing the door. And I'm going to change your water. So how's your injury? So I still haven't gotten a good look at you, even though I've seen you a bunch of times today. Keep hiding your chest. Okay, so I got your new water in there. I think you're pouting, aren't you? Okay, so I'm going to sit down and put the glove on. And then he came right over, so... Okay, well... Maybe you're not as pouty as I thought you are. And we'll see if you hiss and scratch tonight. So I see you have a grooming artifact back there. Any problem? Okay? Okay. Thought you were going to hiss there. Or bite or scratch. So it rained all day. Some parts of the day more than others. Some parts of the day much harder than others. So the weather report was pretty much correct today. So since I was anticipating the weather today, so yesterday, you recall, I gave him extra food, partly because I think he's been injured in a fight, and partly because I knew the weather is going to turn bad. So I thought maybe having some extra nutrients might help him get through these rougher days. But the problem with Scruffy is that every time I'm nice to him, he gets mean. It's like a mean drunk. So when I give him extra food, he gets nastier. When I'm extra nice to him, he gets nastier. So I try not to be too extra nice to him too often. But because I thought he was injured and because of the weather, I thought I'd give it another try. So I think it's early afternoon. Since I couldn't go out for a run or a bike ride, I wanted to do some pull-ups and resistance bands. So I have a pull-up bar on a different section of the deck. So I start going out to do some exercises, and so there's another patio door that I can go out. And I didn't know it, but Scruffy, I think, was sleeping near there. There's like a little shelf. I didn't see him, but basically, when I opened the patio door, I saw him jump out onto the deck, and he was, alarmed. And so I think he was sleeping there. And he wasn't expecting me to come there. And so he was on alert. So I didn't mean to scare him, so I took my time. So I needed to get my ankle weights on, and I needed to get my lifting gloves on, and I have an extra backpack for extra weight. So I took my time, and it took me a couple minutes to get everything on, and he calmed down. He was watching me, so nothing I was doing, would be a surprise. Not like I'm attacking him or eat him or anything like that. So finally, after a few minutes, I slowly open the screen door, and I take a step out, slowly. And he hisses really violently. He is like angry hiss. And so he lets out this huge hiss, and then he just dashes off the deck and runs under it. And so he was being really nasty, and then he ran away. So I wasn't very happy about that. So for the next hour or so, I'm doing exercises in that section. Probably after about 10 minutes, I see him peek his head out on the deck, probably about down the alleyway, so we're probably 50, 60 feet maybe. So yeah, when I stepped out on the deck for the first time and he hissed, he was probably at least 15, 20 feet away from me, so we weren't even close. So it's not like I was in his immediate space, as a threat. He was just being a jerk. So anyway, he's watching me from 50, 60 feet back, and he has like this evil eye he's given me. So I think I interrupted his sleep, and he wanted me to leave so he can go back, take a spot, and sleep. But that's not going to happen because it's my deck, and I needed to exercise. So he sat. He was trying to keep slightly out of sight, so he was able to position himself so he was just barely in my sight, and I guess I was just barely in his sight. So he was trying to keep an eye on me without exposing himself too much to me. And so he watched me for probably nearly an hour, and he had this kind of angry look at me the whole time. So I was just doing my thing. And then eventually he got bored and he left. and he came into this section of the deck. And ironically, I was actually just finishing up, so if he had waited just a little bit longer, I would have gone in and he would have had his spot back. But I could see him here from the kitchen, and so I knew he was just kind of hanging out, watching the rain. So, okay, well, we're about time here, Scruffy, so how about I give you your food, okay? So, ready for some food? Okay, I'm going to pick up the brush now. So, try to get your groomed area here. This actually has a few grooming artifacts. So I don't know if he has fleas again, or if he's just licking wounds, or just the rain. Okay, I'm gonna switch brushes. So actually, I should have did the other side first. Okay, so do the pin side first. Okay, now I'll flip it over. I'm almost done. So I assumed he wasn't going to be happy with me tonight. So let's see. So this is pretty early afternoon, and then eventually he was keeping kind of out of line of sight, so I could only see him like through reflections and stuff like that. So kind of lost sight of him after a while. Okay, I'm done. So I got a couple different video shots of him. So first one was when he caught him out on the deck near my pull-up bar. So when I reported it, it was after I discovered him and he ran out. And so I was able to grab my camera and then started filming him. And he was still kind of on alert, but starting to calm down a little bit. I was blinking. I don't know if it was helping. Anyway, I did that for a little bit. And then I put my camera away. And I mentioned, I was doing my, putting all my gear on so I could do my pull-ups and get my bands ready and all that stuff. And I didn't film it, but when I finally came out, that's when he hissed. So I think then later I got a picture of him when he was spying on me down the deck. I can't remember. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. It's pretty far down the deck, so quality probably isn't too good, so I don't know. Even if I have it, I might not include it just because the quality might be so poor. You'll just see out the pixel. Then later, he comes here. I don't think I got any shots of that. But then, probably a couple hours before dinner, I saw him sleeping on the table. So I guess he got sick of waiting for me to leave the other section, and then he decided he was going to sleep here. So fine with me. I kind of assumed he was sleeping on the table by now. I guess he kind of stopped after that hailstorm, but I guess he's back now. And then he was on the table for a couple hours, sleeping different positions. Then finally, just kind of by accident, yeah, I saw him wake up. Was able to film him waking up. He saw me, and then I guess his first instinct was, "Oh, that jerk again! I'm getting off the table." So I thought maybe he's going to jump off the table and then walk over here to the door, but he didn't do that. So as I was filming it, hoping that I'd see him walk to the door, but I think he was just getting off the table, so I couldn't see him anymore. And we still had, I think, an hour before dinner, so he's been coming here later and later for dinner. So he's not waiting or lining up as early for dinner. I think that's tied to the sun, since the sun is setting later and later, so I think he's coming later and later. My guess is he's probably also sleeping more or sleeping later and later. Basically, he doesn't wake up till kind of a fixed time before the sun rises or sets. So anyway, I fixed his dinner about that time, and then basically let it sit and warm up. And so here we are. He seemed kind of pouty when we started, but I guess he's okay. So petting was okay. Still really quiet though. I don't know what the issue is. It's probably because I fed him too much last night. So as I said, he's kind of an ingrate when I'm nice to him. So the lesson is I should stop being nice to Scruffy. So woke up really early today. Couldn't sleep for some reason. So trying to get stuff done, but I don't know. I just haven't been feeling all that productive today. I did manage to get stuff done, but I don't know. I just don't feel productive. So I did talk to the florist for my aunt's memorial service. So it's a small town, so they got like one florist. So my relatives gave me the contact information for the florist, and so they helped me through all the steps. So I got that done. So I was trying to figure out the logistics on how to get to the town if I flew there. Still haven't figured that out, so I'm kind of out of desperation. I contacted my relatives just to see if they knew of anyone else that might be having the same problem. And if maybe you could take a hitchhiker and do a caravan or something. So I don't want to bother them because they're going to be busy. They got their hands full. But I don't know. I don't know if the logistics are going to work out for this. I think I might have to miss out on this one. So I know just because of the lockdowns, they're actually offering a Zoom-based stream of the memorial service. So relatives and family and friends should be able to participate that way. If it's feasible, I'd like to be there in person if I can, but I don't know. I think it may not be feasible. But I'm going to keep looking at it. Okay, so we're about on schedule tonight. So honestly, I don't know if I want to watch him groom himself, especially since he's facing away from me. If he's facing towards me, I could try to get a look at his wound or whatever that's messed up fur is. Because yeah, I get this. I pretty much believe it's probably a fight wound, but I would like to get a better look at it for more confirmation. But yeah, so he still doesn't trust me. So obviously, when he saw me today in the day, yeah, he was terrified of me and hissed at me. Wouldn't approach, spied on me from a large distance, about 60 feet away or whatever it is. Can you show me your chest? No. Okay, so you can see it dangling there from the profile. So it's like under his chest. You can see kind of a chunk of fur kind of sticking out. Not a very good view though. It's kind of dark. So the one glimpse I got at him, he was facing towards me, and he was a little more upright, so I could like look into the chest. I only got a glimpse of it though, because he was kind of turning at the time, and he was in the sun. It's just me sighing. Don't worry. So I'm not sure what the weather is supposed to be like tomorrow. So the forecast still has rain on the schedule, but I think it's actually no, I don't know what the probability is anymore. So yesterday the probability was 40%, and I think the hourly forecast has it stopping in the afternoon. So I'm supposed to do intervals tomorrow. So yeah, you can see that wrap of fur is just hanging down. So if I could get a little lower and more light, you can see what's immediately above that fur, because it looked like it was torn off the skin. So anyway, yeah, I'm planning. Yeah, my schedule has me to do intervals tomorrow, but because of the weather, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to. But yeah, I hope it clears up. I bet the interval's done. And, today, I was also feeling really hungry, so I'm not really happy with my diet today. So I had to snack. I was just hungry all day, so I was eating a little more. And since I couldn't go out, I wasn't doing any cardio. So hopefully the weights help me a little bit, but hopefully tomorrow will be better. So you still see that patch of fur is just hanging down, but yeah, it's not facing me, so I can't give me a look from this angle. The lighting isn't that good either. He's like His chest is in the shadow. So his head's casting a shadow on his chest. But yeah, you see that fur is just kind of hanging there next to his other foot, one on the ground. So the video from last night was over an hour, and I'm actually having trouble uploading it. So I'm just kind of looking at a area I think would be a wound right now. I really could use a flashlight. Yeah, I can't see his chest from here. His leg is in the way now. Yeah, after 6 months or whatever, he still doesn't trust me enough to turn over, show me his belly. What was that? Chicken's paw? Blinking. So I don't know if he's waiting for me to give him more food or not. Sorry, no more food tonight. I didn't feel motivated to give you extra food since he hissed at me. So this is a little bit different. Usually he takes off. Okay, I think he's getting bored. I think the rain's starting to pick up again. Okay, so I guess he's gonna go out and I don't know, go out and get another fight. Okay, folks, that's it for tonight. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.